Ladies and gentlemen,
Welcome back.
welcome to the Air Fresheners.
We are on episode 21.
21, and it's a special episode on 21 because what happens when you're 21?
You start having hangovers.
I mean, legally you start
Worse
having
hangovers. Yes.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about hangovers. We're going to talk about our drinking problem, which we don't have.
As we drink wine.
After like a bottle and a half, maybe 2 bottles now of wine.
Steven's had 2.
Yeah.
But yeah. I feel like this is so appropriate. I didn't even realize that this is number 21.
We're talking about alcohol. What a
It's
surprise.
so fitting. So fitting. Wow. I mean, when did you get your first hangover?
My first hangover was when I was 15, 14 or 15. I wasn't driving yet. I went over to one of my best friend's houses. He had 2 brothers that were in one of them was in their mid-20s, one of them was in their late 20s. They had this house that was on a lot by itself in the back of this neighborhood. No one bothered us.
Mm-hmm.
And we just there was a lot of alcohol that was there, not going to say how we got it, but there was a lot of alcohol that was there. And for some reason I decided to drink 2 Four Locos and took probably 4 whiskey shots and drank 1 beer in between. And
yeah, that's a lot for a 15-year-old.
Oh yeah. And the last thing I remembered was opening up my second Four Loko. I took 2 sips and then I don't remember anything. But there was one point when I woke up, I was laying on the middle of the kitchen floor, and this was a giant kitchen. All these guys that were in their mid to late 20s were playing beer pong in the kitchen.
And you're just laying there?
The same kitchen. I'm laying there. So I wake up, I do a push up to try to get myself up, and I just projectile vomited all over the floor underneath me. And instead of getting up, my hand slipped. And I
on
just
the throw up
fell down
in your vomit
in a puddle of my vomit and
oh my God.
Went to sleep.
That is so sad.
And then I woke up the next morning and I will never forget the way I felt. I woke up, I had a chip clip, the long chip clips on my ear, literally just left on my ear. I had Sharpie all over my body. I had marshmallows melted to my body everywhere. And I had the 12-pack bottle boxes on both of my hands and my legs.
That's terrible.
And a whole bunch of other shit was just fucked with. And I woke up and I felt absolutely horrendous. And my mom was coming to pick me up that morning. And it was probably
it was obvious.
8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. So I get up, obviously woke up in a puddle of puke and in a lot of pain. I was pretty upset.
That's
so I go
so bad.
Into the bathroom, and I think I took a shower for an hour, just laid there to try to make myself feel better, and I just couldn't feel better. So all of my clothes from the night before were ruined. I had to throw them in the trash because I couldn't leave any signs of the fact that I got blackout drunk the night before. I changed all my clothes to my friend's clothes, and my mom came to pick me up, and I think I was hungover for the next 2 days and had to play it off like I wasn't hungover.
That's a bad hangover. Because worst right ever. Now I'm just starting to get 2-day-old hangovers.
Because you're getting so old.
I'm getting older. Now I have 2. It takes 2 days to not be hungover. The first day is terrifying. Absolutely toxic. Mm-hmm. And then the next day I just feel groggy, and I'm damn. This is it. This is adulthood. That's crazy though that you experienced that so early. I feel I didn't really start drinking until I was 16 or 17.
What was your worst hangover?
I feel I've had a handful of really bad hangovers. I first started having them when I was 21, where it was really bad, when we used to go to Ybor, so and when I started to
30
really
years ago, 40 years ago.
Actually 40, yes.
Oh, okay. 40 years ago, okay.
Yeah. 40 years ago, back in the day. Yeah, where it was just never even thought to drink of water.
Okay.
Or to drink water. And now I'm at the point where I'm okay, I'm going to be conscious and drink water. And even if I do, I'm getting the same type of hangovers that I did when I was 21. So, I mean, we have so many things to talk about. Do you have a type of alcohol that makes you more hungover?
Oh yeah. Yeah. If I drink red, it's in order of my favorite drinks, it would be red wine followed by bourbon and like whiskey. Bourbon's my favorite by far, but like I will always take a glass of red wine before I would take bourbon. But if I drink red wine, I think because there's so much sugar in it, and it's because it's such a thick drink, as we drink red wine this episode, red wine just like gives me these horrendous hangovers the next day. So like right now you're encouraging me to drink a lot of water, and I appreciate that.
He's drank 2 glasses of water.
Yeah, which is more than I ever drink when I'm drinking wine.
You will be happy tomorrow.
Yeah. So I'm drinking all this water, but yeah, drinking water definitely helps. But if I'm drinking like bourbon, it's old fashions. Like I can't get enough old fashions, and I just need to drink more water. That's it. Yeah.
My mom told me a long time ago, I think when I turned 21, if you have a glass of water for every drink you have, you won't ever be hungover, because like what the hangover is just being so dehydrated. So you don't even, and when she told me that at first, I was like, oh, but then I wouldn't be drunk. But like you still stay like buzzed or drunk, but you just level out, right? You hydrate in between it. Yeah. So
because alcohol is basically a poison.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, that's like, it. It's a poison, but it's like the most socially acceptable poison any of us ever consume.
It's definitely worse for you than like smoking weed or anything else.
There's nothing really good about drinking alcohol other than the liquid confidence, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Still not that good.
Except in moderation, red wine is good for your like blood circulation, but no one drinks in moderation.
If I'm drinking red wine, it's a whole bottle or it's nothing. That's it.
Really? I have a few glasses. Like I'll have a glass or 2 at night by myself and be like, I'm good.
See, with alcohol, all my friends, like I usually end up being the most drunk out of all my friends.
Well, do you ever just drink for yourself, like just to like feel relaxed?
If I'm at home, like back when quarantine was happening and I was like playing video games, which I never do, I would drink like probably 3, 4, 5 cups of bourbon by myself, or or like a bottle of wine myself every night.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, 2 feels good, but like 3 or 4
feels better.
I go to sleep.
4 glasses of wine. Yeah. I mean, I've definitely just sat somewhere, even like if I FaceTime like a friend or something, it's just so easy to finish a bottle. Being social
after you've had like a whole bottle of wine.
And I'm so much more entertaining, so you know, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say I have 2 stories about alcohol differences.
Tell me all about them.
I feel like I've known this for a long time, but I cannot drink tequila anymore. Okay. Like I can maybe have a shot, or if I just stick to like 2 or 3 margaritas, I'm okay. But if I start like doing shots of tequila,
margaritas.
I fucking love margaritas. Like that's such a good, like you just feel like you're about to have a good time. Yeah. You always feel like it. But if I just drink tequila alone, or I don't know, I can't drink tequila if it's not like only 1 or 2.
Don't mind me if you're watching us on video.
Steven's like spilling popcorn.
Trying to eat popcorn.
Amazing.
Okay, margaritas, tequila.
So yeah, tequila makes me cry at night. At first I'm like really aggressive, and then I start crying, and it's like highly psychotic. Emotional. Yeah, it's bad. So I don't do that. Or I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to. I'm getting away from tequila. And then wine, I just feel like a very classy, like 50-year-old woman, and it's just a good feeling. You just feel like that's exactly 50. What you are. I'm a rich 50-year-old. That's how I feel. But your body just gets in this, like, I'm feeling it now. You just feel like everything, like you're, I don't know. How do you explain it?
It's just a more fun
It's fun,
drunk.
but you also feel more relaxed. Like moving is slower but better.
Like if you drink like rum or you drink vodka or something like that, it's just not the same. It's like the same difference of like smoking weed, like an indica versus like a sativa.
Yeah.
Like there's a difference between like rum and tequila and wine. Like it's just a different type of
the wine drunk is just like
wine
so
drunk
relaxed.
Is the best by far.
Yeah.
But if I'm out at night and I'm like feeling really fancy and I'm feeling really good, bourbon's my thing. But wine always takes the cake.
I've been getting into like just champagne.
Okay.
Because you can just like sip. Yeah. And I'm learning how to sip.
Never known how to do that before.
No, I usually just chug, but now I'm like, okay, if I have a like flute glass of champagne, I know to just like sip and be like dainty, so Yeah. I'm getting into that.
Might take you a while. You'll get it.
Hey, I'm there. I'm almost there.
Yeah.
I can sip on a glass of champagne for like 30 minutes and be like, all right, I'm good. Because you ought to, like, it doesn't even matter where you are. If you're sipping champagne, you look pretty fancy. You feel fancy,
yeah.
You're
like mimosas in the morning or just like champagne or something like that.
Doesn't even matter. You don't have to have like a celebration to have some champagne. So, but yeah, I feel like if you stick to one type of alcohol and drink some water in between, you should be okay. I've also...
Don't be that person that orders a fucking Long Island at the bar.
Why? That used to be me.
Not a single bartender will respect you if you order a Long Island at the bar.
That used to be me.
Take it from someone who's been a bartender. If you order a Long Island, you are the laughingstock of the whole bar. I'm sorry.
It's just a thing.
You are the laughingstock of the whole bar. I mean,
if you're at a bar, yes. But if you're at a club, like, you just do that to get fucked up.
We immediately assume if you order a Long Island, we're like, okay, this person's not going to tip. They're not going to tip.
Really?
They have no taste in alcohol. They don't know any other drinks. So I guess I'm just going to make them this Long Island.
This is not how it is for me or when I used to drink them.
Okay.
I used to drink them when I was 21. I liked the sound of a Long Island because that's where I'm from.
Yeah.
And it was like a lot of alcohol. Yeah. So I would just drink one or two and I'd get really fucked up. And I would tip well. Yeah. I understood what tipping was. So you can't say that.
It's the stereotype. So like
you worked at a restaurant.
After working with like 7 or 8 different bartenders in one shift, like if you order a Long Island, everyone that's a bartender, it's an immediate like stereotype and assumption. Like don't order Long Island.
I mean,
because like regardless, it's a 2-ounce drink. So like whether you order a Long Island or whether you order like an old fashioned, you're getting 2 ounces of liquor regardless.
Even if it's 4 different types.
For some reason, people think that a Long Island is going to get them more fucked up than like an old fashioned is going to get them. It's 2 ounces of liquor regardless. Oh. So like, not a lot of people know this, but like if you order a Long Island, it's the same exact thing as any other drink you're going to order.
Wow.
So
maybe that's where my hangovers came from.
Because you're mixing a lot of liquor. Yeah.
Yeah.
But 2 ounces.
I mean, good times though.
Yeah. Long Islands are fun when you're like 18.
Yeah, 18 to like 22 maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I just
drinks.
Like them.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just like sweet.
If you're at like Busch Gardens, you're going to buy like a $35 drink, just buy a Long Island.
Yeah, you might as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always liked them because they were sweet and like that's what I was into at the time. It was like my Smirnoff, like Angry Orchard face. So, whatever. Yeah. So what would you say is a tip you have for not being hungover? Have we perfected that yet? No.
I know what I should do, but I never do it.
Yeah. You've been giving me so much shit for drinking water.
I know I should drink more water.
Mm-hmm.
If I take like an Advil, no, not an Advil, because like there's the problem with like alcohol being mixed with the ingredients that are in like an Advil or like a Tylenol. So like there could be like you could have like some serious liver problems. But if you can drink like say an immunity shot or something the night before, or something like fruit, if you've got like something that'll give you like the vitamins and like the nutrients back to your body that you're missing, it could be good. But like water is obviously the most important thing. But like any other nutrients that you can take in before you go to bed, it will help you a lot. But I think like you've got more experience than this on me.
Vitamin C.
More experience than me on this.
Yeah. I feel like my hangovers are so much worse than yours.
That's true.
So like what I've realized is that I can even like pound like 3 glasses of water before bed after drinking like say 5 or 6 drinks, and it doesn't help me. Like I'm already fucked in a sense. So like I can't stress enough, drinking even like a glass or 2 between like every few drinks will really help, because like that's what helps me. And also eating in between. So say you have like 2 drinks and then you eat and then you have another like 3 or 4 or 7, like you don't know. That really helps too. So even just like balancing it out, because everyone's always like, just drink 2 glasses of water before bed and you'll be fine. No, like my body's already fucked. Like,
And if you're chronically dehydrated on a regular basis, like if
and
you're
I
not,
am.
So if you like regularly don't drink water and then you drink water while you're drinking, the alcohol that you drank already like put you even more in the negative than you already were.
Right.
So like drinking water is like might bring you back up to like where you're supposed to be.
Yeah. So then you're gonna still be hungover.
Just drink more water. As a human being, it's really good for your body.
I know, but it doesn't taste good and it sucks. But just like take it like a shot. Like if you have like even half a glass of water, just pretend it's a shot.
Take shots of water all day long.
Yeah, you'll feel so much better.
You can take shots of some shitty vodka and tequila. I think you can take shots of some water.
That's how I think of it too. Even like immunity shots, I just like chug that shit. I'm like, I've taken so many shots of things that aren't good for me. I might as well do something that's good. So yeah, life's all about balance. Let's see. What's your hangover cure?
Well, if anyone knows the brand GTS Kombucha,
we're not sponsored.
GTS Kombucha, 100% every single time I go to Publix and I buy GTS Kombucha. If you can drink that when you're hungover, it like makes you feel bare minimum like 50 to 75% better right off the bat. Like it gives you all the probiotics you need, all the B vitamins, all the vitamins that you need immediately, and it flushes everything that's in you like out. And I'm also prescribed an ADD medication. I'll just say that. I'm prescribed an ADD medication. And so if I'm like super hungover on the days that I'm supposed to be taking my ADD medication, and then I mix the ADD medication with kombucha.
More alcohol.
I'm
sorry, go ahead.
It's okay. I'm basically like back to 100% in like an hour. Like wow. Hangovers, I'm pretty good at fixing them like almost immediately. Within like 2 hours of me waking up, if I have a hangover, it's probably gone.
You know what? You're not 26 yet, so we'll just have this conversation
56 again. You mean?
I hate you.
What's your hangover cure, old lady?
My hangover cure is laying in bed and crying for 2 days. And dying. Honestly,
while you hear about your co-host thriving after a heavy night of drinking.
It's so annoying because like Steve and I have like had our fair share of drinks together, and I'm like, damn it, like I'm so hungover, and I'll be in bed until like 5 p.m. and he's like, I had a kombucha and I was fine at 10:30, and I'm like, well, fuck you. It must be that ADD medication you're having. Because I will be fucking miserable. Like 6 p.m. rolls around and I'm like, God damn it. And I'll drink water. I don't know.
Is that a gray hair I see?
No, it's just I'm blonde because I've been in the sun and I'm so much tanner than you.
No, I think I see some gray hair coming in there.
Shut up. I'm not even that old. I'm peaking right now. I'm peaking like until I'm 35.
Wine, like an old classic car. Peaking.
I am a fine wine. So anyway.
Yeah, anyway.
Just try some kombucha. No promises, though, because that doesn't work for me.
Get the GTS kombucha, preferably multi-green, or preferably the Gingerade, because the Gingerade is like really good for your stomach.
I always get the kind with the seeds in it. Does that not work?
That's good.
Maybe that's not the good one.
Multi-green is like the most like green you can possibly have in like kombucha, so it's really good for you like overall. The Gingerade is the ginger, so like it's cleaning out your stomach and like it's really good for your gut.
Oh, okay.
So between those two and like maybe Cosmic Cranberry, but like if I'm like really trying to like get over a hangover, it's gonna be the multi-green or the Gingerade.
Gotcha.
So,
they don't really taste that good, do they?
I mean, I like them. They've grown on me. That was actually the first kombucha I started liking. But they're definitely, it's like a heavy, heavy kombucha taste.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But how bad do you want to get over your hangover?
That's true.
Taste versus.
Maybe I just need like 2 of them.
Yeah, you could just get that.
Because if I'm lacking.
The $6 bottles that are like 3 times the size of a regular one.
Just chug the whole thing.
Yeah.
That
plus
could
the water.
Work. Yeah. I don't know. Also just figuring out what your body can handle, I guess. Like I said, tequila I need to stay away from. But if you have like 4 or 5 beers, or
don't drink beer.
I like beer. I'm into beer right now. So it's just about preference. Like your body, because like beer kind of gives you a stomach ache, right?
Every time I drink beer, like I'll wake up like a few hours later and my stomach feels like I have like a dagger like trying to like poke out of my stomach. I'm like, wow, beer just does not work for me. But some people like beer for sure.
Yeah.
It tastes good. I wish it like felt better on my stomach because I would drink beer all the time because I love the taste of it.
Yeah, me too. I'm starting to like get into it. So I don't know. That's even better just to like sip on something that's not as high in like percentage of alcohol.
Like water.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking of. My favorite drink is water.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like maybe we'll have more hangovers in the future and we'll talk more about this.
No way.
Yeah, I'm trying to stop my hangovers, but
yeah. Well, we'll get there eventually.
Yeah, I feel like I don't have as many as I used to, but when they hit hard.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, God damn it!
I know.
What did I do
every
wrong?
time you've texted me and you're like, I'm so hungover, I'm like, well,
that sucks.
That sucks. Can't say I feel your pain, and I think I drink more than you.
Seriously, I feel like some people just, like you said, if you're dehydrated to start with, if your body is naturally dehydrated, like I feel like I have to drink so much water. Yeah, you're just gonna have worse hangovers. Yeah. So pace yourself, people.
Pace yourself. Stay hydrated.
Yeah.
Stay
I
healthy.
feel like this wasn't helpful, but maybe it was.
Maybe.
I don't know. Drink fucking water.
That 18-year-old that's about to go to a frat party for the first time might listen to this.
Also,
like, wow, thanks for the advice.
We can talk about this a little bit. Drinking habits. We're gonna make this serious, but I've been, I guess if you want to say, like roofied or drugged a few times, just hanging out in bars.
Mm-hmm.
Like as I know of, like 2 or 3 times, which is actually really fucking scary. Do not let people buy you drinks. Do not. I mean, even if like a guy's like, let's get shots, blah, blah, blah. Keep your fucking eyes on those drinks, because if they are delivered to him, you don't know what he's doing before he hands it to you.
If some guy walks up to you in a bar with a random drink and he's just like, hey, this is for you.
I mean, that should just go without saying, but when you're fucking drunk, you don't think of it. Even shots, like that's how I've been like drugged before, is that a guy's like, let's do shots, and he gets the shots delivered to him, and then he starts handing them out. If it's even in like the palm of his hand when he like brings it to you, you don't know how. Like if you're not watching like the transition of that, it's not just like your drink that you're having. It's shots, it's anything, like even in fucking water. So
give you water and
you don't even know,
or something like that.
And also guys sometimes like the feeling of being that. Like I've had a friend that had a sip of a guy's drink, and he was like, he liked the drug of being roofied, so he ended up blacking out. Like guy, just anybody like can like that or whatever. So she ended up getting like really fucked up from just having a sip of someone else's drink. So kind of deep, whatever, but there's so many things like within like drinking culture that I think people need to be aware of. And like for females, for males, like it doesn't matter what gender, but like just be careful like taking shots from people, because that was never something I was aware of. Because to be honest, like you're already fucked up when you're taking shots most of the time. So
if you're gonna like decide to go out and you're gonna have fun and you're gonna spend money on drinks and you're gonna go to bars and you're gonna go to nightclubs, especially like in a place where we live, where it's like everyone is just always out, just like getting drunk all the time, like be careful, be safe. Like you can still have a good time, but just keep your eyes open, because like you just never know what's gonna happen. Like I've known like a few friends that have been out and they've been like stalked by like a guy. It's like followed them from like a few different bars, and like there's just a lot of crazy shit that could happen. So like, especially as a female, like I'm glad I'm not a female, but like I feel for you guys. Like like there's a lot of shit you guys have to worry about. Like as a guy, like I don't have to worry about if a girl is gonna like roofie my drink, and like if I'm gonna accept a drink from a girl, I'm probably gonna accept it from a girl that's only attractive. And if a girl decides to roofie me, I can't necessarily say I'm gonna have a problem with that. Like, hate to admit that, but like whatever. Like if a girl's gonna take advantage of me, a girl's gonna take advantage of me. But I know it's a completely different perspective from a female. Of like, you guys have way more to worry about. It's
a security issue. And it's definitely different. So just be aware. It's not just like your drink that you order. It's shots, it's water, it's pretty much like anything that you're sharing with anyone else.
Punch bowl at that frat party that you're going to that might
have
like 10 grams of Molly sitting inside of it. You never know.
You never know.
Not that that's a bad time, but
just depends if you want to have that time. I think
just be careful.
So
be
anyway,
safe. Drink responsibly.
Drink responsibly. Also drink like
water.
Expecting the fucking worst, because men suck. Okay, bye.
Stay hydrated.
Okay. Yeah, right. I feel like this is a good episode on our intro to hangovers.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't get worse.
Hopefully no one questions our alcoholic tendencies, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, they know.
Yeah, it's not like we drink every episode.
Not at all.
Okay. All right, thanks for listening, guys.
Bye. Thanks.